time for the Raleigh Road Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Raleigh Road Show. We're here tonight. I invited a nice friend of mine, Mr. Brooks Paul. How are you doing today, bud?
Good, how about you?
Good. He came on special request from Mr. Scott Moore. As of course everybody knows, Scott was on the show with us before, did a great interview, really enjoyed that, but he told me, Brooks Paul, he put him on the map for me, and I've watched a lot of his stuff on YouTube and other internet media. Does a great job. I said, you know what, I want to have this guy on the show before he blows up and we're not able to get him on the show anymore. So, how old are you, young man?
I'm 12 years old.
12. So all you 12-year-old guys out there, hey, you know what? Put your mind to it and you want to learn music and stuff, you know, you can do this. But this guy's very talented, don't get me wrong. I've seen what he does. He does a great job singing. I mean, do you do any musical instruments as well, or are you just a singer?
Besides singing, I can play the drums.
Drums. Phil Collins, Blake, all those types of guys. Yeah, there's lots of great drummers that are lead singers too. So yeah. Right, that's a great thing. I mean, we all love to get new talent on the Raleigh Road Show, and that's what we're here to do tonight. Talk to me about how you got interested in music, or who introduced you, or just take us through a little short trip of how you got to this point today.
Well, in my pre-K graduation, I sang "I Believe I Can Fly" in front of the whole school, and that's where I kind of started singing. And then I listened to Led Zeppelin when I was about 9. That introduced me to rock and roll, and I just started singing from there.
Zeppelin when you're 9. I mean, you know, I don't think I caught on to that till I was maybe 18 or 19, and so you were twice ahead of me, and really ahead of a lot of young men and ladies that really want to get into music. You're here, you know, you play venues, larger venues than even a lot of established bands in town. So that's really something that you should feel great about. I mean, because you know that's. A lot of people would love to be in your shoes, and you know that's something that I wanted to talk to you about, is to, you know, be appreciative of what's going on, and never be satisfied with what you do. I mean, there's always that next level, because again, you know, I think all the great ones, and everyone can agree that the great musicians are never ever satisfied with what they do. They always want to make perfection happen, and that's a little piece of advice that I would give for you. But so, talk to me about some of your favorite music that you like to listen to.
One of my favorites is Led Zeppelin, because they don't just do rock and roll; they can do like blues and jazz and all that. And I really like Foreigner because they're just rock and roll all the way.
Right.
And then like Kiss is like very good.
Kiss. I think we've talked about Kiss on the show a couple of times. We don't like to delve too much because Mr. Gene Simmons might come after us somehow, some way. But we love Kiss. It's a great band. I remember 1977 was actually one of my first albums that I got, was Rock and Roll Over, and it was the one with the little circular thing with all the heads going around it. It came with the sticker, and I put it on my wall, and my parents got mad as hell. I think I got a spanking for that one, but hey, you know what? It's all in the name of rock and roll. So Journey, I know you do some Journey songs.
Steve Perry's a really big influence.
Steve Perry's ridiculously talented. I mean, that's, you know, one of the greatest, and to emulate or try and do the songs that he does, that just puts you on the right path.
Yes, sir.
what about any of the '80s rock guys? Are you into? What about Van Halen? Of course, we're huge Van Halen fans. Right, and that's something I wanted to talk to you about because a lot of the lead singers, the front men. So that's obviously that's something that you're doing right now. I mean, there are some greats. I mean, they all started out with. Elvis is the Mac Daddy, the one that started everything for everybody to follow after that. But then you have, Beatles, Lennon, and McCartney in the 60s. Then your boy with Led Zeppelin coming up. I mean, he was very great front man. Freddie Mercury with Queen, one of the best of all time. I mean, that guy was ridiculously talented. David Lee Roth with Van Halen. We just go through that, and that's something that to aspire to do something like that is puts you on that level. Of course, you got sort of that Axl Roses thing. Are you a fan of Guns N' Roses?
Yes, sir. I really like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, Axl back in the when Guns N' Roses came out, or when they became popular, they were there, just blew on the scene and just made a huge impact. Axl and Slash, that was a great team there, and just really ridiculously talented guys. So what else do you do besides your music? Are you a sports guy? Or you play any sports, anything like that?
I play basketball, and my brother helps me with basketball. He's 13, and he's just really good at basketball.
Right. I was good at basketball at one time until I stopped growing at 5'10", and everybody kept growing to 6'2" and greater. Yeah, it's great, but you know what? Music is something that you can carry throughout your life, and it's great that we've got you here before you become a huge star on some stage here in the near future. Again, just keeping that idea that you're not satisfied with what you do, and I think that's going to be the key for everything for you.
Yes, sir.
And you have a band with you. Are the band members here tonight? I mean, we'd love to talk to those guys too, because I know that's a part of what makes great musicians great is they appreciate the people that are behind them and the guys that help them out. I mean, I know you appreciate what your band does. Hey everybody, this is Randy with the Raleigh Road Show, and who are we here with tonight?
Jessica Stevens.
Jessica, and where are you from, hon?
Blacksburg.
Blacksburg, Virginia?
South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Charlotte. Well, I'm from Blacksburg, but I live in Charlotte with my mom.
Awesome. That's fantastic. You know what? What do you think about Brooks Paul? What do you like about that young man?
I think he's hot.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yep.
How old are you?
11.
Mom. She said he's hot.
Yep.
What song do you like best that he sings?
Journey.
Journey. Any Journey song?
Yep.
Well, you're 11, he's 12, so honestly, you guys are like almost a perfect match. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, tell him your full name, so when he watches this video, he'll check you out. Are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook.
What's your full name then, so he can get you?
Jessica Marie Stevens.
Brooks, brother. I mean, check this out, brother. Hey, this is a nice young lady. She really likes what you do with your music. And what else do you want to say? Do you have any friends or anybody you want to say hello to out there?
No. Hey, Silver Dollar.
What about you have any brothers and sisters you want to say hey to?
I don't have any brothers. I have one brother, but he don't have no Facebook.
What's wrong with your brother?
How am I supposed to know that?
Anyway, So we're here with the Raleigh Road Show, and tell everybody goodbye and that you enjoyed talking with us tonight.
Goodbye. I enjoyed talking with you guys.
Check us out on the Raleigh Road Show. Hey, you never do interviews with children or animals. That's all they say. That's the show business thing, because they take the show away. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome.
Hey everybody, Randy with the Raleigh Road Show. Got Mr. Brooks Paul here. This is one of the great things about doing this show is finding young people out there that are looking to get better and do what they do and show everybody how they are. I mean, you can see from the clip here, I mean, Brooks really enjoys what he does. And you can tell from the interview that the band enjoys playing with Brooks. There's not enough to be said about the potential for this young guy to go out here and make it big in the music scene. He already has the stage presence. He already has a great voice. We're just looking for him to take that next step and do what he's capable of doing. Something that we're going to try to do here on the Raleigh Road Show is to help promote him, and this particular episode is doing that. Another thing that needs to happen is for our local people to go out and support our local people, local bands and musicians who are doing well on both the local and national scene. We have someone on The Voice right now. Kat Robichaux is doing great on The Voice. Something that Brooks wants to do is to get on that national scene as well. And the only way that's going to happen is from our support. The guys, they play a lot of great rock and roll. Journey, Queen, The Who, Zeppelin. You heard from his interview. I mean, this young guy likes all the good stuff that people my age, in our 40-ish or something, can enjoy with rock and stuff. So he's got a great future ahead of him. It is Brooks Paul, his band, great sound. Can't say enough about that. When you combine the two together, it's an awesome experience. So everybody check Brooks Paul out on his Facebook page and brookspaulmusic.com. Thanks for watching, you guys. We want to show them some love tonight, so we'll have everybody come on in and have a seat with us. How are you doing? So here's the band with Mr. Brooks Paul, and we'll start down at this end. And if you'll introduce yourself to our audience and tell them who you are, where you're from, and what you play in the band.
My name is Watt Meadows from Clarksville, Virginia, and I play guitar in the band.
I'm Kelly Jolly from Durham, North Carolina. I'm also a guitar player.
Randy Garner, up the road, big city of Creekmore. Play bass in the band.
So we were just talking to Brooks about some of the influences that he has, and we can start here. And who are some of the influences that you have as a musician, and what do you bring to the table to help Mr. Brooks develop his skills?
Well, it's kind of funny because it's basically the same music, except when I used to play it, it was just rock. It wasn't classic rock.
So we talked about the great frontman, which is what he does for the band, and one of my favorites, David Lee Roth, Freddie Mercury. These guys that are really out there and bring the audience on the stage with the whole band. I mean, you can feel that once you guys get out there, and there's just a great camaraderie with that. So How about you? Any influences?
Kind of the same thing, and we're fortunate that Brooke likes the music that we grew up with, and some of the guitar breaks like Jimmy Page, and of course with AC/DC and those kind of bands. We're just again fortunate that's his interest because we get to go back and play the music we grew up with.
Right.
And just like Randy said, that it was cutting edge music for us when we learned it. So.
Sure.
But I'm just very fortunate to be wrapped around these other musicians here. once again, just very fortunate.
Same. I think I turned Brooks on to Led Zeppelin. I told him, I said, you need to go home and listen to this band called Led Zeppelin. We're listening to some of this new music that's out there and see what you think. And I ruined it. Life hadn't been the same.
Right.
So we all love the same genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you couldn't show up on stage if you didn't like it.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to fake it.
True. What do you guys think about this young man? Because I mean, like we were talking before a little bit about not being satisfied, because the great ones are always wanting to push themselves and make themselves better. And I think that you all probably are great with doing that for him, to develop him as a young musician and an artist. So what are some things that you think that you do to help Brooks improve what he does on stage?
Well, we enjoy, I don't know if we enjoy it so much, you have to rehearse. We enjoy it, but not like a gig, but you have to rehearse and practice at your craft. So that's one thing we have to stress to Brooks. It's not the most fun thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. It's 85 degrees and sunshine outside. You come practice, work on your craft, and we've got some originals we're working on, so that, we stress, to move on down the line, not play everybody else's music all the time, play your own music.
Exactly. This is down the same sidelines, though. We just have to try to bring other music to Brooks, but not try to force certain types of music, certain types of bands. So we like to get some input from him, and it makes us learn different things as well. Because Brooks brought some interest in with different bands, different songs. It might be songs that we've never actually played, so it helps us as well.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I kind of agree with what Watt says about what it takes behind the scenes. You don't realize how much time and effort it takes to do an hour and a half of show.
Right.
Exactly. People see that, and it seems to be all fun and games. Learning how much work it is to get to that
They
point.
think just you go to a Guitar Center and buy a bunch of equipment and show up at a gig.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's not like that at all.
It's a
Yeah, exactly. Well, introduce yourself down here, my friend. You have coming to the party.
John Wade, drummer.
Yep, drummer. And we were just talking about what do you think that how do you help develop Brooks? Because as a young man, he needs you guys to really make him come up to that next level, and I think that's something that's important as his bandmates as well.
Well, he's a rock singer, so he needs a rock band. So my job to be his rock drummer.
Who are some of your favorite rock drummers then?
Ooh, Carmine Apiece, John Bonham, Keith Moon,
Mike Portnoy.
Mike Portnoy. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Portnoy. Yeah, great stuff.
My favorite, John Wade.
It's okay.
He made a couple of dollars. But yeah, are there any projects that you all do outside of the band that you would like to tell our audience?
Not for myself.
This is it for me.
Any other projects that you guys do outside of the band here? No?
I stay pretty busy. I live in Wilmington, and I play in a band called Dark Horse, which basically it's a cover band. And I also play with another guy named LeGree Graham. He's like contemporary country rock.
Right. Well, of course, I'm a country and rock guy. Are there any country artists out there that you enjoy listening to as well, bro?
I'm not really that big on country, so I don't really get into that much.
Well, let me give some influence here. Maybe a little Brad Paisley,
Say Brad Paisley, that's my idol.
Keith
Jason
Urban.
Aldean.
Some of the guys, some of the country stuff is very rock influenced now. So that would, go home and that's part of your homework. Check out Brad Paisley, Keith Urban, and see what you think. I think you really like them. Those guys are very guitar-oriented type of country music.
Yeah, Brad Paisley actually said that Eddie Van Halen was one of his great influences.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing to cross over. He plays country, well, to some degree. He plays everything. But to someone to be in the country genre, if you will, and grow up and study somebody like Eddie Van Halen, it shows you how it is a great cross.
Yeah. would you like to say hello to anybody that you know? How about your classmates at school? Anybody like that? Any special shout outs?
Thanks to everybody who pushed me to get where I am right now.
That's all that needs to be said. Okay. Enough said. Well, I'd like to thank Brooks Paul and his band for coming out to the Raleigh Road Show tonight. Enjoyed talking with you guys. We're gonna film you performing, and we'll also film family and friends and let them talk about you. So it'll be great when everything comes together and you can take a look at our film that we put together for you.
Thank you, Randy Garner, for coming out.
Thank this gentleman for coming out too. Yeah. But in any event, we always like to ask all our viewers to go out, support our local music scene, watch the Raleigh Road Show, and together we can help keep our local bands and musicians show on the road. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, Randy with the Raleigh Road Show, and who are we here with tonight?
Marcy Ferguson.
Marcy Ferguson. And you are the mother of the young man, Mr. Brooks Paul?
I am.
And he is a great young man. I was very impressed with his demeanor and the way he carried himself in the interview tonight. I think you guys got a lot of great things to look forward to in the future. You know, the one thing that I would suggest, and I don't know if you have this already, but getting that young man a voice coach that he sees regularly, because you know he's 12 now.
Yes, just turned 12.
Just turned 12, and he will the voice changing thing. So that as part of the Raleigh Road Show, we want to see him succeed, and that's part of what we do here with anybody that we have. So would love to have him on here when he's successful, 25, starring in a national band and making millions and millions of dollars, and come back to the Raleigh Road Show and say, hey, we had him first. But what's so wonderful about him, because he looks like such a wonderful young man. So what do you say as far as a mother that you see in him that's special?
Well, Brooks is so different because he can get on stage in front of thousands of people, and he is a little rock star, and then at home he's just a typical 12-year-old kid that doesn't like to pick up his clothes and wants to play PlayStation and basketball all day and doesn't want to go to school, but he just, I don't know, he just feeds off the crowd. Right. And he's just, everybody tells us, please keep him grounded. He is the most grounded kid. He is not a diva. When it's time to perform, he performs. Right. And other than that, he's a 12-year-old kid.
Right. And that's really what you guys need to do with him. But again, my biggest suggestion is, like I said, because as he ages and the voice changes, that sort of thing, you want to really make sure that he keeps that or has that ability to make that voice change. One of my favorite current singers, Miles Kennedy with Alter Bridge, which I don't know if you guys know who Alter Bridge is.
No.
Do you know who Alter Bridge is, Brooks? Do you know? If you don't know, that's part of your homework too, brother.
Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge. Miles Kennedy, he's got a 4-octave range. The guy is fantastically, ridiculously talented. And he's a great guitar player. He's like a sessions style guitar player. So that's something else I would suggest. I don't know. I know Brooks does the drums thing. But you know, the guitar is actually, as if he's going to be a front man, that's where the money is. And you know,
he has shown an interest in the guitar, but he's mainly interested in singing. We'll see.
But it's always great to have people that love our people. Brooks, come over here. Come and say goodbye to all our fans here. One more quick time. Look at this young man. Come over. Say goodbye to Raleigh Roadshow fans.
Goodbye, Raleigh Roadshow fans.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Hey, everybody. Randy out with the Raleigh Roadshow. We're out checking out Mr. Brooks Paul tonight. And who do we have here?
Tammy Norman,
And where are you from, Tammy?
Clover, South Carolina.
Came all the way up from Clover to check us out here in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's really sort of great.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about Mr. Brooks Paul, though?
Oh, I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
Girls love him.
The girls like Mr. Paul, and he's fantastic. What's some of your favorite songs he's sang or you've heard from you?
Aerosmith and Journey.
That's part of their repertoire, the Brooks Paul Band, and honestly, it's great. I've heard these guys online. This is one of the first times I've actually been able to check them out on live. So, what about you? You have anything that you would like to say to Mr. Paul and give him good luck for his development and his music skills? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome, and I think he's going to do great in life.
He will, and it's great. I've really enjoyed having Mr. Paul on the Raleigh Roadshow, and I've really enjoyed having you on the Raleigh Roadshow.
Well, I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Maybe we'll have you on again sometime.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good. Hey, everybody, check us out. It's Raleigh Roadshow, RTN 10, Time Warner Cable. Thank you.